Children, in this video, we are going to study about the modifications of leaf. Now, as we know, the major function of the leaf is the food preparation by a process photosynthesis. Now, leaves are modified to perform some specialized function also. In some plants, we can find that is, these leaves are modified to perform some additional functions like they give support to the plant, they protect the plants, okay, or they act as a plant for trapping the nutrients required for the plant. So that is there are some specialized structures are seen in this leaf that we are going to study in this modification of leaf. So different modifications we are going to study here. The first modification is leaf tendrils. We know tendrils, they are the coiled structures, thin wire like coiled structures they are. So here the leaves are modified into this coiled structures. In some plants, stem is very weak and hence they have some special organs for attachment to the support. So some leaves are partially or wholly modified into tendril. So here in some plants, either the entire leaf or the part of the leaf is modified into a tendril for support for the growing over the host plant. Some of the modification of the leaf tendrils are given below. In Lathyrus, the entire leaf is changing into a tendril. In Smilex, the stipules we studied, they are present at the leaf base. Okay, the stipules are modified into tendrils. In Narravelia, the terminal leaflet, the tip of the leaflet is modified into the tendril. In Gloriosa, the leaf tip, that is the simple leaf tip is modified into a tendril. In Pisum also, the apical leaflet, the terminal leaflet, they are modified. That is in the rachis, the terminal leaflet is modified into a tendril. Whereas in Narravelia, the terminal leaflet, that is the leaflet which is present at the tip of the plant, okay, at the topmost edge of the plant where the leaflet is present, that is modified into a tendril. In Clematis, the petiole, that is the stalk of the leaf, is modified into a tendril. Next, we are going to study about the next modification, that is leaf hooks. So here also some of the leaves, they are modified into a hook-like structure which holds the other support. In some plants, leaves are modified into hook-like structures and help the plant to climb. In cat snail, Bignonia unguitis cati, an elegant climber, the terminal leaflets become modified into three very sharp, stiff and curved hooks, very much like that of the nails of a cat. So here in Bignonia plant, the terminal, the leaflet which is at the tip of the plant, that is modified into the claw-like structure, the nails-like structure, which holds the support and help in climbing. These hooks cling to the bark of a tree and act as an organ of support for climbing. The leaf spines of asparagus also they acts as a hooks. Leaf spines, that is the spines which is present on the leaves, they are modified into hook-like structure, helps in climbing. Next type of leaf modification is leaf spines and prickles. So here, that is the leaves are modified into thorns. We have seen this is the feature we have seen in mostly found in the xerophytic plants where the leaves are modified into thorns. So leaves of certain plants develop spinescent structure, spine-like structure, either on the surface or on the margins or as an adaptation of herbivory and xeric condition. So when the plant is herbivorous to protect themselves or to withstand the xeric condition, that is the condition where there is lack of water, the leaves are modified into spines. Example, Zyzippus argimon mexicana, prickly poppy, Solanum trilobatum. So here the leaves are modified into spines. In xerophytes such as Opentia, prickly pear and Euphorbia, leaves and stipules are modified into spines. Prickles are small, sharp structures which are the outgrowths from the epidermal cells of the stem or leaf. It helps the plant in scrambling over other plants. That is, it helps in climbing over the other plants. It is also protective against herbivory, example Rosa species. So here you can find in some plants the thorn-like structures, that is in the rose plant you can find. So that is again protecting the plant from the grazing animals as well as it is also helping in some plants to climb over the other supports. Next modification we are going to study is the storage leaves. So some plants of saline and xerophytic habitats. Saline means the excess of salt, and xerophytic means the plants which are growing in the dry condition. So the plants which are growing in salt water and the plants which are growing in dry condition, they have the storage leaves, and some members of the family Crassulaceae, they commonly have fleshy or swollen leaves. The succulent leaves store water, mucilage or food material. Succulent means the leaves which have stores the water. Such storage leaves resist desiccation. Desiccation means they prevent from getting decaying, or they get prevent from drying up. Example: aloe, agave, bryophylla. Next modification is the phyllodes. Phyllodes are flat, green, colored, leaf-like modification of petioles or rachis. Now this phyllodes, it is what? Either the petiole of the leaf or the rachis of the leaf, they are getting they become flat and they become leaf-like structure. Okay, so the leaflets or the lamina of the leaves are highly reduced or caducous. That is, in this plants, either the that is the on the rachis the leaflets are born. What they will fall down immediately. They will fall down. They will shed down, and what will happen? This rachis, they become flat, green, and they perform the function of the photosynthesis. This is called as the phyllodes. So rachis is modified into a leaf-like structure. So here they are highly reduced or caducous. The phyllodes perform photosynthesis and other functions of the leaf. You can see this in this diagram here. So here leaf hooks diagram is given here, leaf spines here. And the fourth diagram, phyllodes, you can see acacia. So here you can see that the acacia plant is having the compound leaf. Now in this you can find that is the petiole. Okay, the petiole is modified into a flat structure, and this grows vertically. Okay, that is the arrangement of this phyllodes is vertical, so that less transpiration takes place. Okay, this phyllodes is not flat, it is vertical, so that less transpiration takes place. And caducous means when the leaves immediately they will shed down. After they form, they will shed down. That is called as caducous. So the phyllodes, they perform photosynthesis and other functions of the leaf. Example here, acacia auriculae. Next you can see here the next modification is the pitcher plant. Pitcher means a pot-like structure. The leaves become modified into a pitcher in Nepenthes and Sarracenia. In Nepenthes, the basal part of the leaf is laminar and the midrib continues as a coiled tendril structure. The apical part of the leaf is modified into a pitcher of the pitcher. The mouth of the pitcher is closed by a lid, which is again a modification of the leaf apex. So here you can see in this diagram here, the leaf is a flattened leaf lamina is present there. The midrib is modified, it is a coiled structure. The apex of the leaf is becoming modified in the form of a pitcher, and the on the top of the pitcher you can find a small lid, that is the leaf apex. So this the entire leaf is modified. So here it is, you can find the flat leafed structure. The midrib is modified into a form of a tendril, and the tip of the tendril you can find the leaf apex is modified as a pitcher, a pot-like structure with a lid here. This is again a leaf modification that is found in the insectivorous plants, which helps in trapping the insects, and they are found in the regions where the plants they have less nitrogen. Next is the bladder. In bladderwort, that this is an aquatic, this is found in the aquatic plants. In bladderwort utricularia, a rootless, free-floating or slightly submerged plant common in any water bodies, the leaf is much segmented. Some of these segments are modified to form bladder-like structures with a trapdoor entrance that traps an aquatic animalcules. So here in bladderwort, the leaf is modified in the form of a bladder or a sac-like structure. Okay, and so here, and these plants, they are free floating. Okay, they float in the water. So when they are moving in the water with the water current, the animalcules, the small animals which are flowing in the water, they are trapped in this bladder and they are utilized by the plants for the food. Okay, So here this is a bladder like structure, or it is found in the bladder earth. It is an aquatic plants. Okay. Next we are going to study the modification floral leaves. In the some plants, the sepals, petals, stamens and carpels, they all are modified into the form of a leaf-like structures. Sepals and petals are leafy. They are protective and in function and considered non-essential reproductive part. Petals are usually colored, which attract the insects for pollination. Stamens are considered pollen bearing microsporophylls. So here that is again the leaves which is having the pollen grains. The stamens are present there, so they are called as the microsporophylls, and carpels are the ovule bearing megasporophylls. The leaves having the female gametes, they are called as the megasporophylls. So here this is the entire flower, they will have the leaf like structures. Okay, next is the leaf duration. So leaves may stay and function for few days to many years. Okay, in a plant we can see the leaves, they are remain there for few days, or they will be there for many years. Okay, so the largely determined by the adaptation to climatic condition. So this the presence of the leaf for a short duration or for a long duration is decided by the climatic condition. So here there are four different types of leaf duration seen in the plant. First one is caducus. Caducus means falling off soon after formation. So immediately after the formation of the leaf, the leaves fall down. Such type of leaves, they are called as caducus leaf. Caducus means they will shed down immediately after their formation. Example in Opentia or Cissus quadrangularis. Cissus quadrangularis is Pirandae. So in that we can find the leaves, they immediately fall down after the formation. That is caducus. Next is the deciduous. Deciduous means the falling at the end of the growing season, so that the plant, tree or shrub is leafless in winter or summer season. So here deciduous, according to the season, to withstand the winter or the summer season, the leaves, they will fall down and they will again grow. They are called as the deciduous plants. Next is the evergreen. So leaves persist throughout the year, falling regularly, so that tree is never leafless. So here we can find evergreen. The tree is evergreen throughout the year. So here also the shedding of the leaves is taking place, but at the same time new leaves also originate. But in deciduous you can find sometimes the leaves, they are in the certain season, the trees, they are without the leaves. Then that condition is called as the deciduous. Whereas in evergreen, the leaves will fall, at the same time new leaves will appear. So as a result, the tree appears to be green throughout the year. The next one is marcescent. The leaves not falling but withering on the plant as several members of Fagaceae. So here marcescent is here. What will happen? The entire leaf will not fall at once. The part of the leaf will break and will fall. Okay, they will wither. They will break into small pieces and they will fall. And the remaining segment, it will remain attached to the plant. This type of leaf duration is called as the marcescent. So you have studied four type of leaf duration in plants. First one is caducus, that is the plant shed the leaves immediately after the formation. Next deciduous, that is according to the season they will shed the leaf and they will again reappear after the change of the season. Next is the evergreen, that is throughout the year the plants, the leaves are present there, and simultaneously the leaf falling of the leaves will take place and the origin of the new leaves will take place. Marcescent, the entire leaf will not fall at once, but the part of the leaf, they will break into pieces and they will shut down, and the new and the part of the leaf will remain attached to the plant itself. So with this we have completed this lesson and we have completed this topic. So you hope you have understood all this topic. Next we'll meet in the next class. Thank you, children.